Hello everyone and welcome to the webinar today. We are excited to hear about thriving in a changing business-to-business sales landscape, and we have our providing company Sana here to present to us about that, and we have Giuseppe who's going to be taking over the presentation. But before we get started, there are just a couple of quick pieces of housekeeping. First, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the question box and we will get them called out and answered for you. And secondly, we do record this in all of our webinars, so if you want to view the recording later or have someone else in your organization see it, you can find it later this afternoon at Innovia.com. So now, without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Giuseppe and he will start our presentation.
Yeah, thanks for that, Angie, and thanks everybody who is joining today. And just really quickly, today we're here to talk about the changing landscape throughout e-commerce and what single stack commerce means to Microsoft Dynamics users. My name is Giuseppe Ianni with Sana Commerce. Sana Commerce this year was awarded 2 great distinctions that I wanted to share with everybody, as we're greatly proud of these. We won both Inner Circle as well as ISV of the Year from Microsoft. So just our continued commitment to Microsoft and all of our clients is just striving to be better and provide customers with our e-commerce platform. So I'd like to start there and at least let you guys know as what's going on with Sana. But then, as we're all here today, talk a little bit more about the changing demand as we look at where customers are going in the e-commerce arena in today's marketplace. We'll talk about leveraging e-commerce technology to meet customer demand and really exceed customer demand, and what that means back to our unique value proposition as an organization as we look to help drive profitability and growth in our customers. And we can conclude today based on timing with maybe a brief solution overview if everybody in the audience is interested in that. Otherwise, I'm also happy to follow up with a little bit more personalized overview for anybody who has interest in learning more about the Sana application. So we start by talking today about the landscape and what's going on in e-commerce. And as we talk about where things are going, well, obviously customer experience is starting to drive what everybody's doing and how everybody's looking to get there. As we look at that, overtaking price and product as the key brand differentiator. In the marketplace today, more customers are willing to pay a higher price point, right, to premium distributors and retailers who are able to meet their needs, treat them better, and really offer them the best or most optimal customer experience. And we see that being something very challenging for businesses to take on as we look at really the race to the bottom, which has occurred over the past 10 years of people trying to find ways to sell their products for less and less. Now it's about how do we get that product to the customer faster and not necessarily cut our prices, but ensure their optimal experience, right? Ensure that we're always delivering as needed, right? Ensure that we're early potentially, because our customers are used to that as they look at buying in their day-to-day environments. An application, their experience, and even working with Amazon, really making it difficult and changing how all of us do business. But with that, I don't think it's technology that is really the real disruptor. For most businesses, being non-customer centric is really the biggest threat to our businesses. And we look at, a lot of examples of this in the industry. Apple, a great one. Their success with music, being able to sell individual tracks versus selling full-length albums, will really cripple the music industry. Or even Uber, right? Uber didn't cripple the taxi industry. They did it to themselves by limiting the amount of taxis in the areas and really having fare control. So we look at these examples all over the place of organizations who have either failed or continue to struggle because they didn't look at what really customers wanted, right? They weren't looking at their best interest. They were literally looking at their own. So for many people that sell a solution that they don't believe in or work for an organization that isn't customer centric, Sana tries to come to the table and ensure that our application, our solution, is focused on its customers and its partners to deliver that experience and ensure that we're not falling behind and we're keeping up with what the customers want. And as we look at that, we take a look at this report here from the Harvard Business Review, noting that the highest digital priority by far for any organization is creating an exceptional, highly relevant customer experience. Which is great news, I think, for consumers and businesses alike, as it foreshadows an era of customer-centered businesses, and I think that's important. right? The next highest priority as we look at it falling behind there is enhancing operational efficiencies, right, with intelligence and speed. I think Sana delivers really strongly in both of these arenas when we look to e-commerce in particular, as e-commerce is heavily today about personalization, fulfillment, and keeping up with the evolving business models, and also looking to focus off a centralized IT infrastructure. Sana, as we look at the application, goes to market very, very quick. We have a packaged offering for Dynamics users that ensures that we can get in out of the box, deliver a website very quickly, but also a website that's personalized, utilizing customer segmentation or groups inside of the NAV database to offer that personalized and predictive experience to our customers in the website. We keep moving as we talk about evolving not only core web functionality, but also keeping track with where NAV is going in the NAV database. Already supporting and being certified for Microsoft Dynamics, which is Microsoft certification, but also already supporting 2018 and being in implementation. So 2018 as we're part of the Microsoft TAP program. Our customers, again, continue to evolve and move and upgrade their ERPs faster and faster. We continue to evolve the shopping cart functionality and technology, but also keep compatibility with new versions of NAS as they come to market. And then last but not least, as we talk about a centralized infrastructure, bringing and delivering that single stack e-commerce solution, right? A system that was built to work off the NAV database, to repurpose a lot of that business logic and data that our organizations today are already managing and maintaining, which help us run more efficient as an organization back office. I like to always highlight our customers that I feel like have really valued or benefited from the Sana application. And here we take a look at a quote from IHL Canada and their e-commerce specialist talking about how we don't just offer the lowest price, but by saving time, we're helping our customers with their business. These guys are a hardware supplier, right, of a lot of tools, nuts and bolts, moldings for contractors. And their biggest challenge as an organization was to find a way to service both the construction suppliers and the at-home DIYers. And by being able to rely on the accurate product availability and inventory levels and pricing from NAV, they were able to really master that transformation through use of the NAV technology and our integration for their web store, which help make strides in both aligning their two main sales channels, which was their warehouse and their web store, having both communicate back with NAV, ensuring that if a contractor was on a job site, he needed to place an order, now he could do it from his phone. He could then go subsequently and also opt to pick that product up in store to ensure that he was able to still use that product later on the same job site. Or, you know what, as a contractor, order the night before and pick it up the next morning. Having that quick turnaround and delivery and fulfillment by having these orders seamlessly flow through to their back office. Again, they did that all by utilizing their existing IT resources, plus the addition of the Sana application to power their website, working again back office with NAV and their warehouse. So I think for organizations today, we see a lot of people starting to change the way they think, right? They're looking to move and modify to more of a digital type experience as we all hear this digital transformation that's occurring and what that means. And again, it's not just about one simple software solution, but it is about having those solutions begin to talk, right? Begin to talk and actually work together. Put in place applications that work smarter, not harder, right? Which involve more time and money back office for us as organizations. And that's all, again, coming from that shift, right? That big trickle-down effect from our customers driving back to the fact that they want a closer relationship with us. We see that that is a value to our organization, and offering more value out to our clients is critical. So this speaks about how having these applications that work together, e-commerce being one of them, it's not just having a software vendor, but it's having a software vendor who knows what's going on in that industry, in that marketplace, who knows what your customers are looking for, what they're asking for, so we can optimize that experience. A lot of people come to us every day saying, hey, we want to write our orders back into the database. That's not rocket science. Anybody can do that. But understanding what customers want in the e-commerce industry in particular is where clients really see value from us challenging our clients to say, hey, you know what? Yes, we can do order entry, but we can also streamline receivables by paying invoices. We can initiate returns online. We can view document history, an extensive amount of it. All things that, again, continue to deliver more value back to your customers, and as an organization, help you run more efficiently, because we're taking all those phone calls, fax, emails now off your plate and allowing our customers to self-serve in the portal, which is what they want to do anyways. Now, most businesses, as we talk about this, struggle because, again, that integration, that communication between ERP and commerce is challenging. Many of them today have redundant processes in place, multiple silos in place of applications that inevitably deliver out a poor web store experience and a poor integration, right? Synchronization is what I always like to tell people is good, right? But is what we want as an organization, more importantly, is what we want our customers, is what they want good? Or do they want great? Do they want optimal? And again, the answer is they want optimal, as we all have seen that. And to get there, for many organizations, it's tough because they don't know what to do. They put in these shopping carts, they built integrations, and they find these solution providers that specialize in writing data between one database and the next. It's not helping us run more efficiently. And that's where we look to the future of what organizations are realizing now, is that, you know what, we need a single stack option. And that's what we see the majority of mid-market companies now planning to implement, is a single stack solution. And to be fair, Sana is the only single stack application for Microsoft Dynamics NAV in the marketplace. We recognize that this would be a requirement or need many, many years ago when we started our platform 10 years ago. And now we see the emergence of that. We see customers finally getting to a point where, you know what, I can't show my client outdated availability. That puts me at risk. As an organization, my clients aren't satisfied with it. So that's really the driving force behind this movement, is the ease of maintaining a unified system. And as an organization, that's how we get to a point where we have greater agility and have access to that real-time data and information. And we look at that today, and I put us through a scenario that I think is far too common in the marketplace still today, and why single stack commerce is coming alive. We take a look at our clients today in the marketplace. Whether we have a physical store where clients might be coming in to order, they might be calling in orders, and they might be placing orders online. As an organization, most of the organizations, 80+%, with that said, have separate systems for each of these options, right? For each of these customer experiences. And when that occurs, your clients become very frustrated with you as an organization. And why is that? Well, as we look at what happens with a client ordering 100 units of a SKU in the store, 200 units over the phone, and another 300 units from the e-commerce platform, what do we do, right? What do we do as an organization when we only have 300 of units available and we need to fulfill an order for 600? We haven't had the visibility or even knowledge to tell a customer in store, a customer over the phone, or a customer on the website that we're oversold, that we're out of stock. And as an organization, we're left delivering the bad news to our customers that, hey, we can't fulfill. We were out of stock and this is on back order. That's what happens to organizations every day. And this is, again, this doesn't add up to that optimal customer experience, right? We're falling short, and we're falling short because we don't have applications that communicate. We don't have applications that can deliver that rich customer experience, which is exactly where single stack e-commerce comes into play, covering both the phone orders, the web orders, and even the in-store orders. And that's our unique value proposition, is to optimize really and maximize your business success with an agile, efficient e-commerce platform. We strive to ensure companies reach their full potential through a future-proof platform, which is a single stack system. And we realize that for organizations, the first step is the hardest part, which is why we built the system that leverages NAV for you guys. Right? Clients call us each day looking to improve the way they service their clients online, and they work in this world where the digital transformation is changing how they operate, right? Their customers are driving that change. So we look to ensure that we can deliver this solution, build a strong relationship with our customers through technology that we deliver out to our customers. And we do that really across the Microsoft Dynamics stack. We're now doing it across the globe, as we have 9 major offices, a lot of remote employees, but 9 major offices in which we are delivering this platform to our customers with hundreds of different resellers. And we've done this many, many, many times as an organization. And part of the reason why we're now cited in the Forrester B2B e-commerce wave, right? Our system is up there in the wave, noting that this B2B e-commerce platform is delivering out the best possible experience you can want in a system, ensuring as we continue to grow and develop new technology. Sana's already committed right now to Microsoft in building out some extensive AI functionality inside of our platform, looking to coincide with Microsoft's commitment to artificial intelligence, but again, to be able to optimize that customer experience online. And it's something we've had to go about and really rethink how we're going to function as a solution in the e-commerce space with ERP as a backbone, right? That's a significant amount of work and time and thought process behind how we can continue to be better, offer a better experience out to our customers in the marketplace. And again, as we began as an organization, that's exactly how we started, recognizing the short-sightedness of organizations that put in place content management systems and rebuilt business logic and data as they went to market with an e-commerce platform. And we took the approach of calling it business logic and data from native NAV, which as we look at these diagrams side by side, you can see how much easier not only it is to maintain just the day-to-day information, but it also allows us to become more agile, right? We're not as dependent as we look to upgrade on this big custom blob we've put in place. We're utilizing native business logic. So we operate more efficiently. We have one centralized source for all real-time data. And we don't have to have any specialized IT staff required to deliver this, right? It's a packaged piece of software being delivered to market. We couple that with our high-level architecture, right, that allows our customers to build as they see fit, delivering out both the front-end experience, our sales app, which is an offline order entry tool, and a web-based admin tool allowing us to personalize and deliver out unique content to our customers. We do that utilizing the Sana core infrastructure that communicates through web service back into Dynamics. All of our products then being productized from a solution standpoint and being certified through Microsoft as well. I take us through a little bit deeper dive and a very high level dive just for your understanding that as we look at our web stores and the admin that's delivered, we have the capacity to do authentication, casting, and search logic through our core integration using ERP connectors, the extension framework that Microsoft offers, and then delivering it out inside of Microsoft Azure to ensure optimal performance. Partnering with payment gateways, shipping carriers, PIM, email marketing systems, or even the marketplaces of the world to continue to extend functionality out to our users as they look to grow. With that said, today I wanted to kind of summarize what we've seen, talking about the fact that organizations today are looking again for smarter technology that will optimize the customer experience, drive that through a single stack e-commerce solution, which is what Sana focuses on delivering, right? One single source of truth for all of our customers, internal and external. In focusing on choosing not just a software vendor, but a partner to support you throughout that e-commerce journey, a partner that understands what's going on in the e-commerce space and can ensure that you're ahead of the game and don't fall behind. We wanted to thank you for this time today, and if there are any questions, I wanted to open them up at this point and be happy to address and answer those.
Thank you, Giuseppe. And yes, we do have a few questions to ask. Can the product catalog represent different types of products with different attributes? Excuse me, with different attributes, and what are the limitations?
Sure. Yeah, that's kind of that's a big question. So yes, product catalogs can be unique to a user and can be built out inside of native NAV. We can use customer segmentation to break apart those catalogs. From there, product attributes can also be specific to a catalog that's been published. Those attributes can be pulled out of native NAV as well, as we talk about day-to-day maintenance. So hopefully that answers the question.
Yes. Yeah. Next question is, how easy is it to set promotions and discounts on products, orders, shipments without IT involvement?
Okay, that's another kind of two-ended one. So as we talk about promos and discounts, I mean, most of our clients will natively set up and utilize the robust promotional capability or discount functionality inside of native NAV. From there, Sana would read all those pricing configuration discounts from native NAV. Though, again, if we're looking at web-only based promotions, I'll give you an example, something like a free shipping promotional code or just free shipping on orders over $500. Those type of promotions can be configured inside of core Sana, in which case you can log into the admin panel to create those promotions and ensure that the customers will be able to see those discounts or promos that have been applied through native Sana as well.
Okay, great, thank you. Couple more. How does the Sana application support other interactions outside shopping, like online self-service or customer support?
Sure. So the Sana application is, again, we kind of recall back to the integration itself, calls native NAV data. So when we launch as a platform, we have access to all document history, so quotes, orders, invoices, returns, back orders, payments, credits, debits. So we open that all up to customers online so they can see that information, print it, download it, send it off to whoever needs it. We then take it a step further to ensure that when they have this information now, well, you know what, maybe I want to pay my invoice. Maybe, you know what, I want to initiate a return from the portal. So we try to streamline as much of that day-to-day customer service that we can by getting them off the phone, getting them over to the portal, creating their return, initiating that payment from the site, so we don't have to have people back office handling those mundane kind of day-to-day tasks. We bring all that into the website and we automate all of it through our integration.
Okay, thank you.
So hopefully it answers that. Yeah.
Yep, it does. Can different roles be defined and permissions set aside? I'm sorry, can different roles be defined and permissions set against them, and how?
Okay, so I'm assuming that's coming from more personalization. So what we hear a lot of our customers wanting is to treat customers differently, right? As we look back at, you know, my presentation, some people, as they come onto a website, right, will want a unique catalog of items. They want access to unique price lists, right? They'll want access to unique reports. Through admin rights and roles in grouping and segmentation, again, we can then call different information, different data, and expose that data to the customer once they've logged in. We also then, if we take that a step back, and I hope that answers it, we can also personalize the admin roles at a user level back office. So if I have, you know, 4 people in my team, one person who wants to do front end design maintenance, one person who wants to do development work, and one person who just wants to check orders, right? You can create different logins for the back office team to be able to do day-to-day maintenance on the website or changes to the website. So we offer personalization and log-based role admin personalization across end users and back office users.
Thank you for that. And one last one. Can purchase limits and approval processes be easily implemented, and how?
Yeah, purchase limits, approval processes, traditionally, again, more through native NAV. Purchase limits are configured there, so if I'm placing an order over, you know, 10 grand, put it on hold, Sana's job is to grab the sales order and to write it back to NAV or the quote. At that point, we follow whatever workflow or processes we have configured inside of NAV, which is nice for most of our customers, because then it's just kind of we operate our business as we were before. It's just the website's now in place following those same processes. Where our other alternative is, we can also put in parameters on the website to say, hey, you know, if customers looking at X or going after product X, you know what, expose that data to them or restrict that data from them. So yeah, we can definitely personalize that aspect of it as well, whether it be back office rights and roles or limits, or Sana limits as well that can also be put in place.
Great, thank you for answering all those questions, and thank you for the presentation. Looks like that's all the questions that we have. So I want to thank everyone for attending, and just a couple things before we go. Like I said earlier, this is recorded. It will be available on our website later this afternoon at www.innovia.com, and you can simply click on our past events page to see our previous webinars, and just make sure you check our future events and webinars. We will actually be presenting 2 of them next week, both from our Innovia employees. One is going to be on Microsoft Flow and Dynamics Nav, and the other one is going to be on closing the year in Nav, the income statement. So be sure to register for those and attend those webinars. So thank you again, Giuseppe, and everyone have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.